baby.
Grabba. Grabba is a premium leaf that you could crush up and smoke in your za. What a name, Grabba. Try it out, Grabba.com. Make sure you smash them like buttons and hit them notification bells to be notified every time the Shea Baby's dropping that new content. You know what the vibes is. Great vibe, great morning. But after the show today, I got my package in and I was so excited. I got my Grabba in. If you watch me every morning and you watch all the shows, you always see Grabba pop up. You know, not only is Grabba the sponsor, the official sponsor of the show and of the platform, I also am a fan of the product. I smoke all the time. Y'all know this. And Grabba is a product that I use all the time. So me also, you know, besides them giving me product, I also order some stuff from the website myself. Is Grabba.com. So make sure you always go to the website and look at what they got because they always got good stuff on there. But today, I got in the whole leaf and I got in the pure cut leaf. We're gonna try the pure cut leaf another time because I'm more of a, you know, the whole leaf type of guy. So I was mainly excited about that, but I also ordered the pure cut leaf too because I saw that just came out also. So I like to try new products that they have. See, usually I'm smoking the Graba because, you know, I'm always saying Grabba, you know, the Grabby, you know that, right? I'm always with the Grabba. You know, the Grabba is always the main go-to because, you know, you can throw it in your bag, has the spoons. I always love the Grabba. But these three products, you can't lose with none of these three. You know, recently I've been using the leaf a lot. So let's get to it. The leaf, I want to show y'all how the leaf works. Yes, I am sparking this right now as we speak. This is crazy. Shout out to Grabba. All right. So the leaf and the Grabba and the pure cut leaf, I kind of want to say it's the same thing because for me, you know, it burns all the same for me. You know, it just depends on what type of vibe you're trying to go for. Now, the pure cut leaf, I like about it that you also can, well, it's like when you're on the run and you just want to roll up something quick, you know, have the backwards type of burn. I actually like it kind of better than backwards because it has a little bit more of a gassier kick, but that's what that's for. Now the leaf is just, for me, it's just the whole process of the whole roll up. This is why I like the leaf. You know, I like using the scissors, cutting out a nice portion, rolling it up. So I thought right now today for a review on the Grabba on the whole leaf that I would roll one with you guys so you guys get the whole experience of how I roll, you know, how I roll it up, you know, how I work with the actual product. And I just thought it would be cool so you guys can see it. So let's go through the motions of the whole process of Shea Baby rolling up. Let's talk about it. All right, so of course you're gonna get the wrap. You're gonna take it out the box. You're gonna rip it open. You know, that's one thing about Grabba. They spend money. You know, this is one thing I hate. Let's talk about it right now. I hate when you could. What makes me not go to the because there's a million companies that come out with leaves and products every day. You know, every time you go into the smoke shop, you see all types of new stuff, right? But then when you look at the wraps and you see that they're in cheap packages and they're selling 4 for 99 cents, you know, you just know that you're getting a garbage burn. You just know that. So what I like about Grabba is, see this packaging right here? This is like good, expensive stuff. This is stuff like when you throw it in the bag, it's gonna last. You know what I'm saying? You can reuse this again. You know what I mean? That's what I like about Grabba. They spend money on their product. All right, so the leaf. Check it out. So you're gonna get 2 leaves, right? Look at this. You're gonna get 2 nice leaves that it's gonna come with. Come on, how much smoking can you do? This right here gotta be at least, for me, this is an ounce. This is an onion for me. This is an onion for me. These are like
4 7s. Because me, I got a lot. I smoke a 7 a day. It's a lot of weed, but yes, I work a lot. So I smoke a 7 a day. So I already know a 7 a day is close to an onion a week, right? So I already know that when it comes down, to the way I roll, which I'm going to show y'all now, that these 2 leaves will be good for me for the week. So, you know, you go to the store, you get the whole leaf. This should last you for the week. Unless you're rolling up, you know, NBA Youngboy type of blunts, and Youngboy probably would roll half of this. Shout out to Youngboy. These actually be good for Youngboy. I'm going to tag Youngboy. Youngboy, this is good for you, Youngboy. And it's funny because if you look at the Graba page, Youngboy has smoked their product before. I've seen them, you know, in the commercials they have, Jadakiss, Fabulous. So they got the industry guys on these leaves. So I guess I told you guys that for the ones who are fans. Me, I go by what my lungs like. And I like these. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's get to it. So first you want to find a good part that has no veins. That's another thing I like about Graba. They don't give you a whole bunch of veins that crack. You know, like the backwoods. You know, the backwoods is a hit or miss. They want you to spend $15, you get it, and one of them has a whole vein. Pause. You know what I'm saying? That's like nasty work. $15, and I got to throw this away after I roll it. Or you know how you roll, this is another pause, but you know how you roll the backward, and because of the vein, it's like this? And you're smoking with an L that's like curled up like this? That's because there's too much veins in it. Pause. These veins that they got in here, and of course they have veins because that's what probably keeps the leaf alive. But, you know, the veins are very, you know, like you could smoke over the veins. You could cut through the veins. These are not veins that'll crack on you. So these are good veins. All right, so me, I like to find a good part that I guess that's worth rolling. I like the dark part a lot. So I'm going to cut this part right here. So we're going to start with that. So you get yourself some scissors, some really good scissors, of course. Doesn't matter what kind, just some good scissors. So me, I cut against the grain. A lot of people cut like this. I cut against the grain like this. I'll show you when I'm done. Just so I could go up against the vein, because I do want some veins in there, because that's what completes the L. So boom. I'll cut a piece out like this. You see the piece? This is how it would look. Now look how you still have a whole healthy leaf still. Look. Now this is the thing. When you're finished with the leaf, this is why I like the leaf. You don't got to be all fancy, roll it up. Nah, you just throw that shit right in the business. Get to you later. Look, just throw it in. Look, do it to the other one too. Just throw it in. You ain't got to go through all of that. Just throw it in. Now watch. Boom. Put it in your bag. You want to smoke again, right? Remember how I just crumpled it up, right? It goes right back to the regular leaf, man. Look, we're back. We're back. It's nothing. I think the leaves are the wave. I ain't gonna lie. It's just me. All right, so we're not gonna hold you all day because we know for the goat smokers, you know. Oh, and shout out, got the official gas company that came through. You know, the Grand, they gas. Okay, so I like to use sheets of paper on the inside just because it kind of, for me, it just gives it a little cushion. So I will put the inside of the sheets of the paper inside just to give it a little bit of cushion. Some people don't like to do that. Some people like to just smoke the natural leaf. I put in, eventually, the rolling papers of the Graba will be out. So we would put Graba rolling papers inside, right? So then, let's get the gas now. You know, you just put the gas inside. Now we're going to light it. You get to see me smoke an L, all right? The hell with it. Nice and gassy. I told y'all, the whole leaf is the wave. Once you go to the whole leaf, right, you'll see that you're gonna need all three because they all have a different wave. Like the Graba, you know the chicks like the Graba, especially the YNs. So you gotta have the Graba. It comes in a case like this with a spoon, so you can always keep that in the bag too. So you got a chick, yeah, you got some Graba shade, baby? Of course, za Graba. Boom, I have that for her. But then when I'm riding and I'm doing my thing and I'm home and I'm working, I like the natural leaf with the scissors. And like I said, this is for if you want to have the Chief Keef look, you know, the Jadakiss, Yonkers look, you want the backwards vibe, then you got the pre-cut leaf. It's that simple. You know what I mean? All right, man. It's your man, Shay Baby. Make sure you go get the whole za Grabba experience at zagrabba.com. And like I said before, we're going to, the first 20 people who tag za Grabba and show me and show the company that you ordered from the website and you tag them on Instagram, we're going to take 20 people out of the hat and give you something special. I'm going to talk to the company and I'll let you guys know in the morning show what it's going to be. But if you're a smoker and you order za Grabba and you tag them and you're in that first 20, you're going to win something nice. I promise you. It's your man, Shay Baby, zagrabba.com. Let's talk about it.